History is written by the victors, but it's often haunted by the missing. We're told that in the modern world, everyone leaves a digital footprint. A trail, a trace. But what happens when some of the most powerful, brilliant, or daring people in history simply stop existing? No body? No wreckage? No final words. Today, we're diving into the shadows to find 10 historical figures who walked into the fog and never walked out. Stick around, because our number one pick is a mystery that was solved decades ago, only for the evidence to disappear all over again. Number 10. The Lost Admiral. We begin in 1788 with Jean-François Galopé. He was France's answer to Captain Cook. With 2 massive ships and a hand-picked crew, he was sent by King Louis XVI to map the Pacific. After a brief stop in Australia, he sailed north. And then silence. For 40 years, France waited. It wasn't until 1826 that wreckage was found on a remote island, but the admiral was nowhere to be found. Legends say he lived 4 years as a white god on a reef, watching the horizon for a rescue that never came. Number 9. The Swimming Prime Minister. Imagine the sitting prime minister of a country goes for a swim and just doesn't come back. That is exactly what happened to Harold Holt in 1967. He waded into the surf at Cheviot Beach, a spot known for treacherous currents. He never resurfaced. Despite one of the largest search operations in Southern Hemisphere history, not so much as a swim trunk was found. The theories, everything from suicide to being scooped up by a Chinese submarine. Number 8. The Abandoned Cities. Now, we go back to the 9th century. Qanechtenobtekl and the rulers of the Mayan civilization didn't just vanish as individuals, they vanished as a culture. In the span of a few decades, massive cities like Palenque were abandoned to the jungle. Why? Drought? Warfare? Or did they, as some fringe theorists suggest, leave for somewhere else entirely? When the Spanish arrived, centuries later, the grandest cities were stone skeletons. Number 7. The Rebel Leader. Nana Sahib was a leader of the 1857 Indian Rebellion against British rule. He was a fierce warrior and a symbol of resistance. But when the rebellion collapsed, Sahib retreated into the foothills of the Himalayas. The British put a massive bounty on his head. Spies were sent into the mountains. People claimed to see him in temples or living as a hermit. But he was never caught, never found. His death remains a blank page in the history of the Raj. Number 6. The Cynical Writer. Ambrose Bierce was a literary giant, famous for the Devil's Dictionary. In 1913, at the age of 71, he told his friends he was going to Mexico to see the revolution firsthand. He wrote in a final letter, "To be a gringo in Mexicoa, that is, euthanasia." He was never heard from again. Did he die in the Battle of Ojinaga? Was he executed as a spy? Or did the cynical old writer finally find the peace he'd been mocking his entire life? Number 5. The Stolen Heirs. In 1483, 12-year-old Edward V and his 9-year-old brother, Richard, were the heirs to the English throne. Their uncle, Richard III, tucked them away in the Tower of London for protection. They were seen playing in the courtyard a few times. Then they moved behind the windows, and then they were gone. Number 4. The City of Z. In 1925, Percy Fawcett, a world-renowned British explorer, ventured into the Amazon to find Z, a rumored ancient city of gold. He took his son and a friend. He told the world, "If we shouldn't return, I don't want any rescue parties. It's too dangerous." He was right. Over the next century, an estimated 100 people died trying to find him. To this day, the jungle has refused to give up a single bone of the Fawcett party. Number 3. The Billionaire Heir. Michael Rockefeller, son of U.S. Vice President Nelson Rockefeller, was an Ivy League graduate who loved primitive art. In 1961, while collecting carvings in New Guinea, his boat overturned. He told his companion, "I think I can make it," and swam for the shore. He reached it, but the tribe living there had recently suffered at the hands of Dutch colonists and were looking for blood repayment. Whether Michael was killed or assimilated into the tribe is a mystery that still haunts the Rockefeller legacy. Number 2. The Queen of the Air. You knew she had to be here. In 1937, Amelia Earhart was on the final leg of her flight around the world. Her last radio transmissions were frantic, searching for Howland Island. Then, static. For decades, the world assumed she crashed into the ocean. But recent evidence suggests she might have lived as a castaway on the uninhabited Nikomaroro Island. Bones were found, then lost. A sextant was found, then disputed. She remains the most famous missing person in human history. Number 1. The father of film. Finally, the man who invented the future and then vanished. Louis Le Prince is the true father of cinematography. In 1888, he shot the first moving pictures. In 1890, he was about to travel to the US to premiere his invention years before Edison. He boarded a train in Dijon, France. His brother saw him on the platform. But when the train reached Paris, Le Prince wasn't on it. His luggage? Gone. His body never found. No one saw him jump. No one saw him leave. It was as if the man who gave us the power to freeze time was deleted from it. Which of these disappearances do you think was a choice, and which was a tragedy? Let us know in the comments. And if you are still watching, thank you for not vanishing on us. Hit subscribe for more mysteries from the archives of history.